In previous video, we have seen what is uh, differential and what are the drawback of differential or disadvantage when the wheel is rotating on slippery surface or on rough surface. The wheel will bounce and the speed is increased. At that time there is need that the wheel should come to the vehicle speed again, and that's why mm, to avoid this disadvantage or to overcome this advantage, there is limited slip differential, and you can either use multiplate clutch or brake cone brake. Okay, and we have seen there are two types of arrangements. First is clutch pack type differential, and second is brake cone type differential. And these both these type will not allow to slip the wheel on the slippery surface, and as well as it require some additional torque to overcome the friction, and to certain it has to reach some certain level of torque, and then the differential action will take place. Okay, now we will see what is the troubleshooting in differential. Basically there are three types of problems in differential during maintenance. First is a breaking of the parts. Just we have seen there are a number of parts: gears, case, bearings. There may be a damage or mechanical failure of these elements, and this is possible. What are the mm, possible causes of the failures, and how we are going to remedy it, or how we are give a solution so that there will not be breaking or gear noise or bearing noise. First, see the braking, and this is possible because of insufficient or a wrong kind of gear oil. Okay, second is improperly shaped side bearings or pinion bearings, as well as improperly mesh driven pinion with a ring gear. If the ring gear and pinion gear are not properly mm, meshing, then there may be a breaking of gears. If there is excessive backslash due to worn side gear thrust washer and pinion thrust washer. Okay, as well as there may be possibility that the rear axle itself is a distorted, or there may be loose bolts securing the ring gear. The ring gear is assembled, and that assembled with the loose bolts or not secured with the tight bolts. At that time there may be a damage to the gear. Okay, so overall thing, these are the different causes, and if the adjustment is possible, at that time you adjust or replace the part, or if it is not possible to repair, then you can simply replace it or change it. Okay, especially when rear axle is distorted and the loose bolts uh, are there securing ring gear, at that time you have to replace the bolt. Okay, and you have to also take care that you have to choose proper gear oil, and the gear oil should be in sufficient quantity. If it is not, then you have to change it. Okay, this is about breaking of mechanical parts of differential. Sometimes the major problem is gear noise. There is a lot of noise from differential, and this is due to, again, there may be a chances that insufficient or wrong kind of gear oil. Okay, the same as we have seen in breaking the parts. As well as there may be backlash between the gear drive pinion and the ring gear. There may be a damage to the gear tooth, gear mesh, drive pinion and ring gear. Okay, and last is broken or otherwise damaged teeth side of the gears of differential pinion gear or the ring gear robles when turning or ring gear securing bolts are loose. Same thing when the ring gear is used, secure or fastened by the bolts and the bolts are loose, at that time there may be a gear noise. Okay, so especially the gear, the probably the major causes of gear noise are due to the gear tooth are damaged, or there may be the meshing is not proper due to the looseness of the bolt, or the side teeth of the gears are broken, and due to which there is lots of noise in gears. There may be a noise from the bearings, and this is due to the insufficient or wrong kind of gear oil. Same means it is observed that when there is a not proper lubricants, it may cause bearing noise, it may cause gear noise, or it may cause breaking of the mechanical parts. As well as damage or worn bearing or worn parts. Okay, noise during coatings, damage bearing of rear drive pinion, or the noise during turning. Okay, broken bearings on axle shaft. Okay, all these are the constant noise, means the noise is coming continuously. This is because of insufficient kind of gear oil or wrong kind of gear oil, and damage worn bearings. Okay, at that time what you have to do, simply you have to replace the bearing. Okay, so these are the troubleshootings in differential. As a automobile engineer or mechanical engineer, we must at least aware of this. What will be, this is the general knowledge of automobile or mechanical engineer. As you practice this, or you get some experience exactly by looking at the noise or by looking at the problem, you will get a greater idea, or you will able to solve the problem immediately. What you will observe that a skilled automobile technician or the ITIA person will able to understand this because they are having lots of practice. Okay, then means once again we will revise what we have covered in differential. First, we have seen what is differential, then how it works, and after that we have seen some animated things of the differential, and what are the disadvantage of the differential, and if the disadvantage continues, what happens to the differential and axle. Okay, and how it can be removed by using clutch pack type differential and a brake cone type differential. Okay, and both these arrangement resist, or these will give assist to the rear axle. Even though there is a slippery road surface, it will not allow to rotate freely. Okay, it will transfer the torque. Okay, so this is possible using this, and only thing is you require some extra torque or overcome some friction when turning on the wheel. Okay, and lastly we have seen what may be the problems or troubles to the differential and what will be the probable causes and remedies for it. Okay, now we will see the rear axle shaft. Basically, rear axle shaft is in this our lecture or in this video we are going to see the axle which is mounted on the rear side of the vehicle, and the rear wheels are attached to the rear axle, and the power is transmitted from gearbox to propeller shaft to differential, and differential to this rear axle. Okay, this rear axle is subjected to different loads. First is a shearing force due to vehicle's own weight as well as bending moment. Okay, due to offset of the vehicle load due to wheel and spring seats. Okay, these are offset. That's why there is a bending moment of this rear axle, as well as side thrust are caused due to the side forces while cornering or side wind force. Okay, that causes the end thrust, as well as bending moment caused by end thrust and its reaction offered by the tires on the ground. And main important thing, when the power is transmitted through the propeller shaft to the differential, and in differential through the rear axle it goes to the wheel. Okay, rear wheel, that is the driving torque. The main important part is the rear axle should withstand this driving torque. Okay, all other forces are also important, means various forces are acting on the rear axle of the rear axle shaft. Now we will see the classification of the rear axles. Okay, first you can classify according to the live axle, means the power is transmitted through this axle to the wheel. Then we can say that this is live axle. In case of front four-wheel drive or the engine at front and the power is transmitted to the rear axle, in two cases the rear axle is a live axle. Dead axle, when power is not transmitted through the axle to the wheel, then it is called as dead axle. In case of front engine front wheel drive, the dead axle is a rear axle, or rear engine front drive, at that case there is a rear axle is a dead axle. Okay, mainly we are seeing the engine at front and the power is transmitted through propeller shaft to the rear axle. In this case the front axle is a dead axle, and sometimes there is also a axle less transmission. It is very interesting. Okay, just we will see this in our next video. Thank you.